not looking for some world-class stadium that's never gonna happen in Forest Lake, because we can't even get a bunch of piles of earth out there, let alone a damn pavilion and a...
It's a pretty nice link.
Oh.
Is there a way to keep the four-wheel drive vehicles off of it? You're just putting piles of dirt out there.
Can't keep them off there now.
But I'm saying,
You know, I mean, they're down there anyway, the 18 years old.
does the plan involve a fence around it? Does the plan, what all is in on it? I'm not disagreeing with building a BMX park. We do things correct. We do things with plans.
Don't do anything!
Alright, how about
Motion,
I'll offer a
please.
motion for it, ask for a staff report on the BMX park, the feasibility of it, the design of it, the proper plan, and we meet in October, is that?
And we
My
keep,
Thanksgiving.
and we keep the dirt so it doesn't go.
It's not going anywhere next year until next year, anyway, right? But this way you've had a chance to do your workshop, you've had a chance to get your partners online, and how's that?
Second for that?
There you go.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Carried. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, just on a point of order, I may be way off here on the new business, but just tonight, and I'm just wondering if I'm off, you tell me I'm off, but just tonight, a couple times it has come up about, and I see it in a report on page 110, and I pulled this off, so I'm not sure whose report it was from, Planning and Development, maybe it was the planners. South Bend Estates and Canadian Tire, Murray, Troop, and Figure, I have had so many people ask me, what's happening with these developments? Would council have the will to ask, I guess the planner would be the appropriate person to communicate with Mr. Troop and to communicate with South Bend Estates and ask them what their intentions are or where they're at? Are we ever going to hear from them? I would like to see something in writing so that I can say to people, here's where we're at according to, because I keep getting this all the time, what's happening, what's happening, what's happening. Is that a fair?
I can call both of them and find out where they're at.
I'd like something in writing though, Patty, if you don't mind, so I can say to people, here, this is something we got from these guys. I like to hold them down. Because
And
it's
if
such a
they won't
contentious.
provide such, I
Well,
can make the inquiry and
you've
come
asked.
back to you and let you know what the inquiry
See if we can get something.
resulted with.
Yeah, I'd like to get it in writing, because I think this is a contentious issue when it comes to the capacity of the lagoons, and we talked about it today with the extra for rice. We may have to go to South Bend and ask for something back. I mean, so I'd just like to know, what is your intent, and I'd really like to know where Mr. Troop is. Is that okay?
I will contact both.
Do we need a motion to that effect?
No,
or-
you don't need a motion.
You'll just give that to me in writing? Thank you.
Not.
Thank you.
Okay, we have some items to deal with in camera, so discussion period, opportunity for the public to make an inquiry, and I'd ask if you would like to clarification of information, please. Anyone from the public? Mr. Sharon?
I think I agree with what Councilor Yeoman wants to do, but I'd like you to explain to me if I'm correct. Are you suggesting that we have a septic tank inspection program?
No, I just want information on where the county is at in their planning. I'm just I want her to give us some information on what she's doing and what she's planning.
Okay, thank you.
Would you,
Something else?
would you support this? I got the impression that hopefully it would lead to a septic tank inspection program for that insurance, because we have to request it. The county's not going to do it on a mandatory basis at this point.
Councilor Russell, it's already been passed as a council resolution back in February that's exactly what
means the same thing. I think it was, John, you want to comment on that or not?
Well, I don't believe it was an error. Dylan had indicated in its preliminary reports to council that they were suspecting that there was groundwater contamination in the zone 3 area. Council held the PIC, and the public did request that they get further confirmation than what Dylan was providing to confirm whether there was or there wasn't, and that's when council engaged Golder and Associates to undertake the groundwater study that they undertook.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Matzke?
Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it greatly. Back in January, you received a report from a professor at the University of Western Ontario that was designed to determine whether Golder or Dr. Belke was correct. Do you all recall that report?
There was a report received, yes.
Okay. My question, first question to council is, did council initiate this request? Did council actually ask Mr. Byrne to go get this information?
I believe that was the mayor.
The mayor did.
The previous mayor and myself agreed with this.
Well, okay, thank you very much. Then, are you all aware that there were actually 3 reports sent in? No? 3 reports, 2 of which supported Dr. Belke's position, and 1 report that was presented to you that disputed his position. Now, I have a copy of one of those 2 reports with me, if anybody would like to read it, if you haven't seen it. Now, was that done by mistake, or was that misinformation?
I believe all 3 reports are being presented to the ad hoc committee.
Well, I don't care about the ad hoc committee at all, to be very honest with you, Mr. Mayor. I'm just asking council, are you getting the answers to the questions you've asked? And from what we just went through here, the answer is no, you're not. The second thing is, and I'm not going to argue about this. You've all read the Zone 3 report. You've seen the Guyberson's answers to it. The sizings, the numbers, they're not accurate. But to answer the question about South Bend, and I believe Mr. Byrne did acknowledge that Varenco was putting South Bend back on the market in your statement, or they're going to try and sell it. Does that relieve council and the planner, doesn't, she's shaking her head, from the capacity issue? It's just gone. Okay, then this certainly shows the folly of giving an open-ended lagoon allowance to anybody, because we may be another 25 years before that property's ever developed. And the last thing is, if Varenco sells South Bend, does the planner intend to change the next plan so that they don't give away the farmland to Varenco over there on Klondike? And I really don't expect an answer. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
They
It was
still
pleasant meeting
goes
you.
with the plan that's there.
Well, you know, everybody kind of shook their head when I laughed and said, is this a Benny for their letter from March 19th or whatever? And I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm